It's been a rocky few years for Swansea, both on and off the field. Managers sacked and relegation battles fought. This season, however, is proving to be the rockiest of them all, as the Swans currently sit in 19th position on the Premier League table at the time of recording, tied with fellow strugglers Crystal Palace on 9 points. Manager Paul Clement is under immense pressure, knowing that he is fighting a losing battle with an owner who is not afraid to get rid of managers. A fact that was evident in the controversial sacking of American Bob Bradley last season. Well, today we decide Clement's fate as we take over Swansea City and save them from the impending doom they currently face. Today, we rebuild Swansea City. G'day guys, how's it going? It is Jared HD here. Welcome back to another rebuild on the channel. We are headed back to the Premier League for today's rebuild as we take over Swansea City in a bid to keep them in the Premier League and take them even further. I mean, I might just make my manager today the bald guy and from America in honor of Bob Bradley. They did you wrong, buddy. They did you wrong. Hashtag justice for Bob Bradley. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild and you are enjoying the December rebuild streak, make sure that you leave a like on the video and make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. We are posting a rebuild every day up until Christmas. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is our starting 11 for the opening season. Changing things up a little bit, wanting to run the 4-3-1-2 formation. I'm going to recall two players from loan, which will be Jordi Amat and then Boya Baston, to put them at centre back and striker. And then my main goals for this first season, I'm either going to bring in a centre attacking midfielder and then move Leroy Fer to centre midfielder, or bring in a left back and right back. Really just depends on how things go, but let's get into the business. Also, first things first, here is me bringing these players back from loan. So Jordi Amat is going to be coming back from Real Betis on loan. And then Boya Baston will be all the way down the bottom as he is a striker. There he is on loan at Malaga. He's going to be coming back from there as well. So our first player departure for this Swansea rebuild is going to be Wayne Routledge, who is off to Cagliari for £5.4 million. And a massive signing here. I said I wanted to bring in a new attacking midfielder, and we have just done that as Ross Barkley transfers from Everton for an absolute steal of £19 million. Had one less than a year on his contract, so we got him on the cheap. But welcome to Swansea City, Ross Barkley. We're going to make our second signing here as we bring ourselves in a brand new right back and sign Benjamin Heinrichs from Leverkusen for £14.4 million. Alright, and we're going to bring ourselves in a brand new left back here as Aaron Martin signs from Espanyol for £12.1 million. One of my favourite left backs to pick up in FIFA 18. Dude's an absolute weapon. Welcome to Swansea, Aaron Martin. With 3 hours to go on deadline day, David Bloody Moyes has signed Federico Fernandez, £16.3 million. They took their time, so they've left us with very little time to make a signing, but we're going to have to try making a top quality defensive signing now. Also, how random is that? As if Barcelona would sign Frank Ribery. We have done it. We've made a massive signing here on deadline day, trying to, I don't know if revive is the right word, but give John Stones another opportunity to really prove himself as a top talent. We sign him from Manchester City for £25 million. We're sort of signing the best young players from England. We've got Barkley, and now we have John Stones. Welcome to Swansea City. It has been an incredible opening window. We have gotten the rebuild with Swansea off to an impeccable start. Ross Barkley, Benjamin Heinrichs, Aaron Martin, John Stones in, and then Wayne Routledge and Fernandez out. I'll see you guys in January. Very interested to see how we're going. Alright, so here we are just over halfway through the season. Of course, season 1, January 1st, is a lot more games deeper because of the World Cup. But we're not doing as well as I expected, to be honest. The table is really tight at the moment, but we're in 15th position. I'm sure all Swansea fans would take that in real life, but considering the signings we've made, I expected us to be a little bit higher. Maybe people have been injured, I don't know. Looking at the drop zone, however, Southampton, Brighton and Newcastle all in big trouble. Top of the table is Man United, only one loss all season. Burnley, defying expectations, sitting in 4th position. Let's see what business we can get done, if any, in January though. Nothing. Absolutely nothing happened in January. It was hard. After we offered new contracts, we had basically no money, so we couldn't do too much, but I'm still happy with the team we have. Let's get to the end of season 1 and see what our situation will be for season 2 with Swansea City. So we've done much better in the second half of the season. A mid-table finish, I will definitely accept that. A good way to start the rebuild. And I mean, we finished above Arsenal, which is pretty quality, but the 3 teams that got promoted in real life are going straight back down to the championship. Newcastle had a horrible season, only 2 wins, and they're joined with Brighton and Huddersfield. And then no surprise to see Manchester United winning the league, but Spurs and Chelsea did make a really good run at the title themselves. Big gap between Chelsea and Man City. Checking out the FA Cup, we did not make it to the last 16 of that tournament. It was a Manchester derby for the final. And checking out the League Cup, we didn't make the last 16 of that either. Watford did win a London derby over West Ham United though. Alright, and Champions League final, Atletico Madrid finally get their hands on that title. And Villarreal, they did manage to win the Europa League 2-1 over Lyon. It's always important in the first season of a rebuild like this to lay the foundations for a successful future, and we've done just that. Decent signings, decent results, and hopefully a decent season to come. Let's get into season number 2 with Swansea City. So a very logical start to the season here as we decide to bring in Renato Sanchez on a permanent basis. Last season we had him on loan, but we've approached Bayern Munich and we have managed to sign the Portuguese centre midfielder for £16.8 million. So welcome back to Swansea City, Renato Sanchez. Alright, so player departure here. Kyle Norton is making his way to Selhurst Park. The English right back off to Crystal Palace for £5.2 million. Another player from our defensive stocks is making the move to Crystal Palace. Martin Olsen, the Swedish left back, off to Selhurst Park for £4.6 million. We bolster our attacking stocks here as we sign Will N.E., otherwise known as Patrick Schick, from Sampdoria for £24 million. A great pickup there. Welcome to Swansea City, Patrick Schick. A deadline day transfer here as Nathaniel Dyer why don't I call him Nathaniel? Just Nathan Dyer, off to the Molineux here. He's off to Wolves for £5.5 million. Another deadline day transfer, Sam Clucas off to Aston Villa for just over £3 million. We really are just cleaning house this transfer window. A really good transfer window here. Sanchez and Schick they improve our young core of attacking superstars really well, and then we get rid of Norton, Olsen, Dyer and Clucas, arguably some of the older players in our squad, so definitely going to be in a good shape heading into this season. Hopefully we have a decent season, but I'll see you guys in January. So here we are on the 1st of January, just about halfway through the season, and we're doing alright. Mid-table, probably would have liked to be a little bit higher considering some of the talents we've brought in, but still not too bad of a start to the season, and definitely a lot of room to go up the table, and even more room, unfortunately, to go down it. We're on 23 points, 6 points between us and 5th place Chelsea, and 6th place between us and 17th place Bournemouth, so could go anyway. So we're going to make our first pre-contract signing for this Swansea City rebuild. Jose Maria Jimenez is someone that I was on the verge of signing when we signed John Stones, and I was going through my transfer hub and noticed he only had 6 months remaining on his contract, so we've picked him up on an absolute bargain. Already 85 overall. The Uruguayan centre-back joins us next season here at Swansea on a free. A player departure here as Mike van der Horn is off to Crystal Palace for £7.2 million. We're going to make a big time signing here on transfer deadline day. We get a £21 million bid accepted from Fiorentina for Giovanni Simeone, a very famous last name, comes to Swansea City. Our front line is going to be deadly in a few seasons' time. Welcome to Swansea, Giovanni Simeone. So it's been a really successful transfer window. 1 hour to go, we've brought in Jose Maria Jimenez and Giovanni Simeone. Van der Horn is the only player to depart the club. This is what our starting 11 looks like. Going to be looking even better next season with Jimenez in there. Let's see how we go at the end of the season now. Maybe European football, but let's just find out. Holy crap, what a second half to the season that was. We have climbed up the Premier League table remarkably, getting all the way to 5th place, which means next season we play in the Europa League, which is awesome to see. But look how close that table is. We was in 12th position halfway through the season. That's 20 points behind us. Sorry, not 20 points. That is 16 points behind us. But one position up, 11th place West Brom, 51 points. Only 7 points behind us. Really could have gone anywhere this season, but we're playing Europa League football in season number 3, which is a big surprise to me. Looking at the drop zone, Fulham, Sheffield Wednesday and Crystal Palace all dropping down. And of course, as you would have seen, Manchester United did win the Premier League title again. Checking out the FA Cup, we were eliminated in the round of 16 by Newcastle. Spurs won on penalties. And we were eliminated as well in the League Cup in the round of 16, this time by Wolverhampton. Juventus did win the Champions League final quite comfortably, 4-0 over Bayer Leverkusen, but look at that. Zenit made it to the semi-finals. They beat Barcelona. That is a result I did not see coming. And Inter Milan do win the Europa League over Monaco, 1-0 over Monaco. Definitely interested to see what sort of performance we're able to put in next season in the Europa League. Do we make it to out of our group? Do we make it deep? I don't know. So we absolutely smashed the second season out of the park. Really, considering the tide we have, couldn't ask for too much more. Very interested to see how we go in season 3. A lot of work to do. Let's get into that right now. A massive signing to kick off season number 3 here with Swansea. We are set for a goalkeeper for the rest of this rebuild, I would say, as Geronimo Rulli, the Argentinian goalkeeper, the Argentine, is going to sign from Real Sociedad for £40 million. This guy is someone I have been hanging to use this year in the rebuilds. He is a dead set freak on career mode. So excited to use him. Welcome to Swansea, Geronimo Rulli. Looking at our starting 11, this is something I wanted to trial out. So, as you can see, except for our centre defensive mid spot and then centre mid spot, we've basically got a starting 11 that can develop throughout the seasons. Now, one thing I wanted to try, and I've done so far in this rebuild, is to sign a bunch of young players who are a respectable overall but have immaculate potential, sign them all within a short time span, and just put a quid on it. Like, get the team sorted and let them all grow together, build around the starting 11. Like, once I get a new CDM and new centre midfielder, I'm going to start focusing on the bench after that, and then focus on the reserves, and make it so that once we get to the point where we are in contention for the Champions League title, we have so many moving pieces that can come in if one falls off. That's a new approach I'm going to be targeting in today's rebuild. Just thought I'd let you know about that, but it's coming along pretty nicely at the moment, to be honest. Our first player departure here for season number 3 as Luciano Narsing heads to the French League. He is off to Olympic Lyon for £6.7 million. Another player departure here, Jordan Ayew off to West Brom for £11.5 million. I'm really trying to get some funds up so we can make another big name signing during this window. I am so goddamn hyped for this signing. I fell in love with Marco Benassi when I did the Italy rebuild about a couple of weeks ago now, and we've brought him in to Swansea City, £34.9 million, using up probably the rest of our transfer budget, but the Italian midfielder comes in and really strengthens our midfield. Welcome to Swansea City, Marco Benassi. An incredible window, strengthening our squad and taking us to the next level. Geronimo Rulli and Marco Benassi into Swansea, Narsing and Ayew out. This is what our starting 11 looks like. I've got to replace Leroy Fer and put in Benassi. That is one impressive side for 3 seasons work. Really excited to see how we go this season. Maybe even push for Champions League football, but I'll see you guys at the halfway point of season 3. Okay, here we are, just about halfway through the Premier League season. We're killing it, boys. We're in second position here. 6 points behind Manchester United, 4 points ahead of Everton. I would love for us to finish top 4 this season. A lot of the big teams, again, doing pretty damn poorly. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, all around that sort of mid-table spot. And checking out the drop zone, Bournemouth, Norwich, and Nottingham Forest, all stuck down there at the moment. Well, this definitely was a contrast from the earlier transfer window. Not a single piece of business has been done on our end. Did Watford sign Vincent Kompany and Danny Rose? That would be weird. But anyways, we've got a pretty good squad as it is. Didn't have too much money, but I'm excited to see where we end the season. I'll talk to you guys at the end of season number 3. Get in there, boys. End of the season. We're playing Champions League football in season number 4. An extremely tight race between 2nd and 5th. Chelsea, 69 points. Nice. Swansea, 69 points. Nice. Stoke City, 69 points. Nice. Manchester City, 68 points. So really, really tight. Comes down to goal difference. But we're going to be there next season. Man United ended up running away with the league title, but I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just happy to be in the Champions League. The 3 teams going down are going to be Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa and Norwich. Checking out the FA Cup, we didn't make the last 16, which is surprising. We made it to the final of the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, but we lost to Liverpool 2-1. Would have been a great way to get our first piece of silverware. Bayern Munich did defeat Real Madrid 2-1 in the Champions League final. Pretty interested to see what sort of stage we can get to next season. Hopefully knockout round. Hey, get in there. We win our first piece of silverware. We win the Europa League. How good is that? I was not expecting it. Remember last season when I said, oh, maybe we can get to the knockout rounds if we're lucky? We win the damn thing. Looking at our road to the final, we defeated, I believe that's Rubin Kazan in the round of 16. Then we defeated Athletic Bilbao, then Hoffenheim. Then, really importantly, we defeat Atletico Madrid 2-1 in the final. So I'm pretty damn stoked about that. Gives me a lot of confidence next season. So definitely a really good season in season 4. Here's a look at our squad report. Make sure if you want to have a look at someone's exclusive stats that you press that pause button. But the plan that I've thought up, where I start with just building out the starting 11 through foundational pieces, is really coming to really good foundations at the moment. It's coming off really well. I feel like this is a tactic that only works in terms of teams like Swansea, sort of top division teams with a decent amount of money and like 4 or 5 seasons to rebuild. Definitely a tactic to try out if you're trying to rebuild a team yourself. But I'm very excited to see who we can bring in season number 5. Is it season 5? Or is it... No, next season's season 4. This is season 3. I'm starting to lose track. But I'm pretty happy with the team so far. So this third season was an outright success. We win the Europa League. We unfortunately lose the League Cup final, but we finish in 3rd position in the Premier League. Most importantly, we play Champions League season in season number 4. Let's get into it and see how far we can go. A massive way to kick off this 4th season with Swansea. We pick ourselves up a new midfielder. Dani Ceballos from Real Madrid comes to the club for a pretty big sum of £60 million, but he's definitely worth it. 85 overall at only 23 years of age. Our Swansea side is coming together amazingly. What a team we've built in such a short amount of time. Anyways, welcome to Swansea City, Dani Ceballos. So we've only been able to do the one piece of business for this opening transfer window, but I must say it is a quality piece of business in that with Ceballos coming into the club, our starting 11 looks ridiculous now. Very interested and excited to see how we go in the Champions League. I definitely want to make it past the group stages. If we go any further, I will be stoked. But let's go and check out our Champions League group. So we have been drawn into Group F for our opening Champions League adventure. And it is a real tough group. Atletico Madrid, Wolfsburg, and Anderlecht. Definitely going to be interesting to see if we can even make it out of our group. Originally, I was pretty confident that we could have, but seeing this group, my confidence has gone down the drain. But let's simulate and find that out in 3, 2, 1. Wow, okay, get in there. We qualify out of our Champions League group, top of the group. I thought it was going to be really difficult, but it seems like us and Atletico Madrid kind of just took it by the balls and ran with it. We are through to the knockout rounds without a single loss. And if you look to the bottom right hand corner, our opponents for the Champions League round of 16 are going to be Roma. So a nice test to kick things off. Alright, here we are, fellas, on the 1st of January, and we're doing alright in the Premier League. Our goal is to win the league, I guess, but most importantly, make sure we play Champions League football again next season. Now that we're here, we don't want to not be playing it anymore. We want to keep qualifying. So we're in a good position to do that at the moment. Going to be an interesting second half of the season, but let's get into the January window right now. To be honest, I'm pretty disappointed with some of the transfer business I have done this season compared to last season, which was arguably one of the better transfer windows I've had in a long time. But this season, the lack of transfers has really upset me. We signed Ceballos at the start, but funding wise, we haven't had that much money to make an impact with the team. So we're going to have to deal with the starting 11 we have right now. It is a damn good starting 11 at that, but I'll see you guys for our Champions League clash against Roma. Alright, so it is time for our first Champions League knockout game of this Swansea rebuild. Interested to see how deep we go here, but we got the away leg first. You all know my love for away goals. Let's see if we can pile on some away goals. We do. Giovanni Simeone in the 3rd minute gets us an away goal. El Shaarawy does equalise for Roma, but we have an away goal, so that helps a lot. We get a second one there through Ceballos. Absolute weapon. They equalise again. God damn, we just need to keep scoring the away goals. We can't afford for them to equalise. Barkley gets us a 3rd away goal and reclaims the lead for us here, and that's how it's going to finish. 3-2 up, 3 away goals. Let's make sure we put in a good performance though in the second leg. Jose Maria Jimenez is our only player out for this second leg. We're going to put Jordi Amat instead into the starting 11, who is still a capable backup centre back. He's still quality. We just need to make sure we do not concede goals. We're 3-2 up here. Barkley makes it 4-2 up. We've got 3 away goals in the bag. That really does give us a huge advantage here. Roma need to score 4 goals, I believe. They need to score 4 goals, if my math is doing me right. And somehow I don't think that's going to happen. There's 20 minutes to go. We are 4-2 up. Make that 5-2 up. John Stones getting us through to the Champions League quarterfinals. Great performance. We take things up a notch here. If you look to the top left corner, we're going to be taking on Atletico Madrid here in the quarterfinals. They downed a European giant after defeating Bayern Munich in the last 16. Really going to put us to our tests and see just how good we are at the moment. Not expecting too much. I think anything past the knockout stages, like getting into the knockout stages, with the team we have now is pretty decent for us. I don't expect us to win it, but I mean, you saw the Netherlands rebuild the other day, yesterday. That was insane. That was fluke. That was mad luck. Hopefully we get luck this time. We're away against Atletico Madrid here for the first leg. Come on, just like we did against Roma, can we bang in some away goals? That would be absolutely brilliant. Back to full strength. Jimenez back into the starting 11. Although we did concede less goals with Jimenez out of the squad than we did with him in it. It's his former side as well here. Schick misses a big time penalty. That would have been huge for us, but Ceballos does give us the lead here. Baston makes it 2-0. Oh my, we could be 3-0 up right now if Schick would have scored, but we're in a great position. Can we bang in a third goal? That would be awesome to see. No, they get a goal in the 88th minute. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us, but 2-1 up, I will definitely take that. No John Stones here for the second leg. He is out through suspension. Once again, we call upon Jordi Amat to come and fill in for us, but we're 2-1 up here, 2 away goals. They score in the first minute. No, that'll the second minute. That is not what we needed. So it's 2-all at the moment. We're ahead on away goals still, but they get a second goal and they are in the driver's seat. We get back in front. They get their second away goal, so it's all tied up. Away goals is out of the equation for us. Barkley puts us back in front. 20 minutes to go. If they score a goal here, we have to get 2 goals on top of it. Can we hang on? We do. 2-all, 2-1. That is 4-3. We go through to the semi-finals. Okay, we're in the semi-finals at our first time of asking. Well, it is going to be Swansea versus Barcelona in the Champions League semi-finals. Season 4 here. We're in the semi-finals. I honestly did not expect us to be in this position, but I mean, we do have a good side, but I don't think our side is good enough to be in the semi-finals at this point. We'll give it a good run. Don't have a load of confidence heading into this game, but it should be interesting against Barcelona. Again, we start things off with the away leg, heading to the Camp Nou, heading to Barcelona, a stadium, the Camp Nou is, that I definitely want to visit in the next few years. I mean, if anyone works at Barcelona or a company can get me there, yes please, but Messi misses a penalty for them, which is huge. Dembele though, look how good their side is. Harry Kane, Messi, Rashford, Dembele. They're going to absolutely wipe the floor with us here. Barkley picks up an injury. Messi makes it 2-0. Come on, we need to get an away goal. We need to give ourselves an inkling of hope heading into the second leg here. 10 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. We can't get an away goal. And we have a huge challenge here as we are 2-0 down. A massive challenge here. 2-0 down as we head back to the Liberty Stadium for the second leg against Barcelona. Ross Barkley out through injury as well, so Rocky Mesa is going to be coming back into the side. Let's see how we go. Come on, fellas. We get a goal. Okay, we've got an inkling of hope. Damn it, they get an away goal. We need to score 2 more goals. We need to go 3-1 up here. If we do, I think we get through. I don't know, but we need to score some goals. That shit goal early on got me nice and excited. Boya Baston comes on off the bench. It's not looking good. We get a goal in the last 80 minutes, but they're going to go through by 1 freaking goal. 2-1 loss. We made it. We almost made it to the Champions League final at our first time of asking. That would have been incredible. Unfortunately, we missed out on Champions League football by 3 damn points. That is super frustrating. We definitely could have won it next season if we made it. We got all the way to the semis, but now I don't even think we'll play Europa League football. This is going to take a while, so we're going to have to wait until at least season number 6 to have a good crack at the Champions League again. The 3 teams going down to the Championship are going to be Huddersfield, West Brom and Brighton. Checking out the rest of the tournaments, we did nothing in the FA Cup. Chelsea won that tournament comfortably as well. Same deal with the League Cup. This really has not been a good season for us besides the Champions League. Barcelona did go on to win the Champions League final. They defeated Chelsea 1-0 there. Really thought we could have won it next season, but we're going to have to wait till season 6. And in the Europa League, it is Nice defeating Lazio on penalties. So we're not even comfortably safe in our job. I'm kind of nervous to press this A button and see if we're going to keep our job, but this season was good in some aspects, really disappointing in others. Let's get into season 5 and make sure we survive. Yes, okay. Let's get into season 5, make sure we get back into the Champions League. So like I said earlier in the rebuild, I wanted to build around the starting 11 that we had, and I've done just that now as we bring in a quality, very, very quality backup left back, Ferland Mendy. Don't know if he's related to Benjamin Mendy, but Mendy is going to sign from Lyon for £20.9 million. Funnily enough, as our backup left back. The starting 11 we have right now, I plan on keeping for the majority of the rebuild. So let's go in and get some amazing backup players. And we bring ourselves in a backup right back now, as Frederick Gilbert is going to sign from Caen for £22 million. Another quality backup player. Welcome to Swansea City, Frederick Gilbert. A deadline day transfer here as we sign Ruben Blanco to become our new backup goalkeeper. He's a player that you could probably have starting in a lot of Premier League sides, but he's going to be our backup keeper, signing from Celta Vigo for £14.9 million. So we have definitely made ourselves a good side all over. We've got a lot of backup in quality positions. Our starting 11 is growing amazingly, and I guess the good thing about not making the Champions League this year is players like Martin, Benassi, Simeone, Sanchez, probably not Barkley, but those other guys are going to be able to get to their max sort of potential by the time season 6 rolls around, which makes me more confident that we will definitely win the Champions League title. We've got a lot of good backup, probably going to get Wilfred Boney off there. Let's just chuck in Gilbert, but yeah, we've got a good side. I shall see you guys in January. So on the 1st of January, things are going a lot better than last season. We are in the hunt. Well and truly in the hunt for Champions League football, sitting in 3rd position, 33 points. Well, there's room for us to go up the top, there's room for us to drop down. We need to have a good second half of the season. If we don't make the Champions League this season, oh, I'm not going to be happy. Checking out the drop zone as well, Arsenal in big danger, but they're not in the drop zone yet. Those 3 spots are occupied by Bournemouth, Sunderland, and Aston Villa. We often face the trend in Januaries in the entire rebuild series where we do no business in the slightest. That has happened again. We blew a lot of our transfer funds, virtually all of them. As I've said, I am stoked with our starting 11. It's just the bench that needs to be improved. We've got a good squad. I'm interested to see how we polish off season number 5. Champions League football, please. Alright boys, so we finished the Premier League season in 4th position on 67 points. We probably will have to go through the qualifiers now, unfortunately. But at least we're in with a shot, I guess. I mean, there's been other seasons where I finished 4th and had to play Europa League football, so I really hope that's not the case here. The drop zone is going to stay as Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Sunderland. Checking out the FA Cup, Everton did manage to win that tournament. We are nowhere to be seen again. We've been doing bad in those tournaments lately. And we were eliminated in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup by Manchester City. Real Madrid did go on and win the Champions League final. Very confident of our chances next season. Get in there! Okay, so we won't have to go through the qualifiers because we have won the Europa League 3-0 over Ajax, and yeah, we have won the Europa League for the 2nd time in this rebuild. Great stuff to see. We beat Napoli in the semis, Villarreal in the quarterfinals, and Monaco in the round of 16. What a great sight to see. So season 5 definitely a lot better than season number 4 was. Let's go, get our game faces on, and try to go all the way in season number 6. So, the development of the squad hasn't gone exactly the way I thought it would. Renato Sanchez is struggling to grow, and if I want to be winning the Champions League this season, I can't have an 83 rated centre midfielder in there. We're going to go and blow it up. We're going to keep Renato Sanchez, put him on the bench, but bring in Max Meyer, who's going to get pushed to the centre mid spot. Barkley's going to stay at attacking midfielder. But Max Meyer, welcome to Swansea City for a bargain price of £43 million. We've done what we needed to. Our squad's at the point where it's pretty damn amazing, and I'm pretty confident we can have a solid run at winning the Champions League this season with the squad we have. I'm sure the players are going to continue to grow throughout the season, but let's focus on our Champions League group now. Let's check it out. Of course, the moment the transfer window ends, one of our star strikers is going to be out for 3 months. A tough group again in the Champions League. We got through it in Season 4. Here's to hoping we can get through it again. Napoli, Monaco, and Zenit. Monaco tend to be one of the best sides in the world at this point of career mode. It is going to be interesting. I'll have to wait about 5-10 minutes. You will have to wait 3 seconds from now. Get in there, fellas. We qualify top of what I would say is the group of death. Us and Monaco go through. We squeeze by a point. Really could have gone anyway. 3-way tie-up really between us, Monaco, and Napoli, but it is going to be us and Monaco through to the knockout rounds. And just like last season, we face an Italian opponent in the last 16, taking on Inter Milan. Pretty excited to get into that once February rolls around. Alright, here we are halfway through the Premier League season. An alright position. We are 7 points off first place Watford, but the most important thing is we finish in a Champions League position again. We need to make sure that if we don't win it this season somehow, that we go and make it next season, where we surely have to win it next year. At least. Looking at the drop zone, Tottenham are having a shocker of a season. They are down in 18th along with Crystal Palace and Wolves. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm going to be fully transparent. I have simulated through this entire transfer window, not even entertaining the thought of looking at any offers from rival clubs, opposition clubs, any club. I just thought, I want to use this squad. Our squad is borderline amazing. I want to use this squad, see how far we can go. If we don't win it this season, I'll assess that then, but I'm going into it with an open mind, with a positive mindset. Jeez, this is getting really inspirational. Don't worry, this isn't a TED Talk, but I think we can win it this year. I want to give it our all with this squad we have, so let's get into the round of 16 clash against Inter Milan. Alright, we're away at the San Siro here for the first leg. Full strength starting 11 out on the pitch. Very hopeful that we can pile on the goals here and get through to the final relatively unscathed, but crazier things have happened. They do have a pretty good side here, Inter, a lot of young beasts. João Mario would be probably high 80s at this point. Kondogbia would be decent. Congolo would be decent. They got Riveros on the bench. We still are yet to put any away goals away. Really want to get at least one away goal here, but time is fading relatively quickly. Is it going to? Yeah, it's going to end as a 0-0 draw. So Maximilian Meyer is out through suspension here for this away leg. Renato Sanchez back into the starting 11. Let's see how we perform. It is 0-0. We have no away goals to fall back on, so we need to make sure we do not concede here. We need to score. We do. That man, Renato Sanchez, who really isn't meant to be starting, does get us in the lead. Come on, fellas. Let's hang on. I will happily take a 1-0. Simeone makes it 2-0. Thank you very much. Surely, 3-0, we're going to be going through to the quarterfinals. It was a little bit tough. They get a goal back, but we're ultimately going to get a pretty resounding victory, 3-1 against Inter Milan. Our quarterfinal opponents in the Champions League are a very tough opponent, Bayern Munich. They always seem to be one of the best teams in the world in real life, and when I get deep into these career mode simulations, they are always on fire. So We need to hope we can contain that fire and get ourselves back to the semi-finals. Alright, leg number 1 here is away at the Allianz. We take on Bayern Munich. Meyer's back in the side. Full strength starting 11. We need to make sure that we can get some goals on the board. We don't want it to be, yes, Meyer on his return gets us an away goal. I was about to say, I don't want it to be like the interlegs. They equalize like the interlegs where we get to the second leg and it is 0-0 with nothing in our back pocket, but we have an away goal now. It's 1-1. Simeone gets us a second away goal. We are 2-1 up here. Good stuff to see. 3-1, Renato Sanchez against his former side. We are on fire, baby. 3 away goals. Thank you for coming. So it is the home leg here. Bayern Munich make their way to the Liberty Stadium. Let's see if we can hang on here and get ourselves back to where we faltered in Season 4, the Champions League semi-finals. We just need to make sure we do not implode. We have 3 away goals. Schick makes it 4-1 on aggregate. Brilliant stuff to see. They get an away goal back, 4-2 now on aggregate. They need to score 2 more goals. Simeone makes it 5-2. We look like we are all but there. Surely they're not going to get the goals back with 10 minutes to go. Hang on, fellas. We're hanging on and we've hung on. We are through to the semi-finals in convincing fashion. It's an all-English affair here for the Champions League semi-finals. Swansea versus Manchester United. Look at the other side though. Everton have somehow made it to the semi-finals against Barcelona. I would have liked to take on Barcelona in the semi-finals as an opportunity to get a little bit of revenge from Season 4, but it is what it is. We have to hopefully knock down Manchester United again. Like Bayern Munich, like Inter Milan, they are really good on career mode this year and always are good on career mode. It's going to be interesting. Alright, here we go, fellas. The Champions League semi-finals. The first leg is at home here at the Liberty Stadium. Our backline is remarkably weaker as John Stones is out for this game through suspension. And Jose Maria Jimenez is out for 6 weeks with an injury, a torn hamstring injury, which is definitely quite worrying. We get in the lead though. Schick is going to get us the opening goal here to give us a 1-0 advantage. Look how insane that Man United starting 11, even benches. They've got Griezmann, Kovacic and Higuain on the bloody bench. They've got Casemiro, Pogba, Martial, Rodriguez, Lukaku. Somehow we have not yet conceded, and of course we concede a goal as I say that. 1-1 headed into the second leg, and quite worryingly, they have an away goal. Away at Old Trafford here. One impressive performance away from a Champions League final. John Stones back in the starting 11. Still no Jimenez. Mawson retains his place. We need a goal. We need a goal. We need to wipe the away goal deficit, and we do it in the 11th minute. The away goal is out of the equation for United. Alright, let's just make sure we defend. A second goal here would be a godsend for us. We're into the second half. There is half an hour to go. We are 20 minutes now away from a Champions League final. We go 2-0 up. We're going to go to the Champions League final. Could have been 3-0 up there. I was so focused and so intense. I was so deep in concentration that when we scored that second goal with Sanchez, I barely even recognized it with my brain. But we're going through to the Champions League final, deservedly, with Swansea to face either Barcelona or Everton. We have a chance for success. For revenge, I should say, more than success. Both. We have success and revenge on a platter. Barcelona, Champions League final, season number 6. They took down Everton in the semi-finals on away goals rule. They took down Man City in the quarterfinals on away goals rule. And defeated Lyon 4-2 in the round of 16. So, both of us have had difficult roads to the final, but I hope we come out on top. Checking out the rest of the competitions, AC Milan win the Europa League final 1-0 over Real Madrid. We win the Premier League, baby. An impressive second half of the season sees us finish 6 points clear of Manchester United. We will be playing Champions League next season if we don't beat Barcelona tonight. But most importantly, or most excitingly, Swansea City are champions of England. And looking at the drop zone, Brighton, Middlesbrough and Wolves will spend season 7 in the championship. Checking out the FA Cup, again, despite being Premier League winners, despite being Champions League finalists, we cannot make the last 16 of the FA Cup. But we can do that in the Carabao Cup. We get eliminated in the quarterfinals by Liverpool. Here's a look at our squad report before we get into the Champions League final. Hopefully the final time we have to look at the squad. A positive thing, although he has a little ambulance symbol next to his face there, Jimenez is going to be playing in the Champions League final. He still is slightly injured, but we can start him for the final, which I'm psyched about. Really happy he gets to play. We've got a full strength starting 11, full strength bench. We're going to be giving this a good shot. We're going to be very good. I can feel it. I've got great expectations for this game. Let's get into it. Let's get into the Champions League final. Swansea versus Barcelona. Swansea versus Barcelona, the battle of teams that don't belong in the head league. Who will win the Champions League final? Let's find out. Here we go, Benassi going here to Schick, goes through, Maya, can he get to it? He does. Still a lot of work to do here, a little bit congested. Benassi cutting past, shoots, save from ter Stegen. That would have been the perfect start to this final. Ousmane Dembele on it here for Barca. Good stuff from Benassi. Proven to be a bit of an anchor in the midfield so far for us in this final. Simeone going through to Schick. Schick turns, goes there. Maya shoots. Where's the defense for Barcelona? We're 1-0 up, and that felt almost too damn easy. We just draw and pass. Barcelona losing their positioning, and we have the early lead here in the Champions League final. I want to have another look at this one on the replay. So we're drawing in there. Digne, a little bit of hesitation, lets Maya get the open angle. Lovely across the body finish, and we have the lead here. They're on the attack here, Barcelona. We're trying to put them under pressure, but they keep coming forward. Leon Goretzka, great player in career mode. Goes to Kane, goes back to Goretzka, back to Harry Kane here. We can't give them too much space. Harry Kane going to Silva. Good save there from Geronimo Rulli. They're on the attack here, Barcelona. Dembele goes to Andre Silva. They've got numbers forward here. We're playing counter-attacking. Kane probably should have shot it. Great save by the feet of Geronimo Rulli. That's why we paid the big bucks for him. But Barcelona really starting to find their rhythm in this one. We can't let them shoot. They're just passing it around here. Just clear it. They're on the attack again. Silva going through to Harry Kane, who finally buries it. Their passing movement is insane. Barcelona's passing is insane. I could see it happening. I could see that building up. When I saw Harry Kane make that, I'm like, alright, he's going to go through to Kane. Great finish, but my God. Barcelona attacking. We're trying to cover the defense. Odriozola. Good stuff there from Benassi. Great use of the shoulder. Love it. Love having strong midfielders who know how to do that. We're going to do the draw and pass here to Simeone. Going to go through. Ross Barkley, one-on-one. That is an incredible save from ter Stegen. I thought for all money we'd gotten back in the lead there. Look at this. A little bit of a heavy touch, but he gets fingertips onto the crossbar. We do get the corner out of it though. Can we get back in front here? Goes to Jimenez. Back post. Great save again from ter Stegen. John Stones going here. Maya, Barkley. Dembele, it's a good touch to take it past Martin here. We don't want to start the second half off like this. Good stuff from Heinrichs. Keep going, Roscoe. Here we go. Can we get him on the counter? I see you out wide, Martin. Martin. Cutting around. I see Simeone. Come on. We're just trying to draw and pass. Schick. Great ball. Benassi. Finesses. We score it. I thought Ter Stegen made a wonder save again, but it is not enough of a palm. Benassi is going to give us the lead once again. I said how in love I was with this guy after the Italy rebuild. Great run there. Great hold-up play from Schick. Was almost going to go across the body, but luckily Ter Stegen can't get enough of a palm to it. Only gets his thumb to it, and we find the bottom corner. Here we go. Simeone coming back. Benassi. We're passing it around here. If we can get another goal here whilst Barcelona are all down in the dumps, that would be brilliant. We're looking pretty likely. I should have taken that first touch. Damn it, Jared. We're going to make a substitution here. Barcelona bringing on Deulofeu, but we're going to be bringing off the goal scorer, Marco Benassi, and putting on Renato Sanchez. Hopefully they do show that. They don't. They do now. So Benassi off, Sanchez on. Can we make a quick impact here? Maya. Going through to Heinrichs. Heinrichs in there. Sanchez. Oh, that would have been a perfect start. He gets the corner, but he should have made better contact with that one. Barcelona trying to get us on the counter here. We can't let them get through. Good defense there from Stones. Keep going. Good stuff, John Stones. Now we're going through. Simeone going to Ross Barkley. Going out here to Ceballos. Goes to Heinrichs. Really don't want the right back pushing up, but look at the numbers we have. Threaded through. Maya to finish it. He hits the post. How has he done that? Maya hits the post and just about loses the ball. That could have and should have been it. 84th minute here. I don't want Schick exactly taking the corner, but I'm not going to be putting it in the area anyways. We're going to go here. Maya. Easy crossing opportunity. Nobody there. Shit. Now they're on the counter. Oh, they've played that one through perfectly. This is not good. We need a good save, and we get it out of Geronimo Rulli. They get the corner, though. They probably should have taken it in a little bit further, to be honest. Deulofeu pulled the trigger a little bit too early, I must say. But they get the open goal line clearance off Heinrichs. Oh, that could have been it. That could have been it all tied up there. Come on, put pressure on them. There it is, fellas. Swansea City, champions of Europe. A crazy game there against Barcelona. I thought for sure that we had lost our advantage in the final moments. Both sides pushed. Both sides could have scored ample amounts of goals, but that was a really fun rebuild to record. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's rebuild. Day number 6 of the rebuild challenge. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video, and make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. I will let you enjoy the title celebrations. It has been Jared HD here. I'm out. Peace.